Digital ID is the foundation of the one world authoritarian control grid. Across the globe, countries are adopting the technocratic vision for digital dystopia. People must realize that so-called sovereign nation states are not operating independently, but are controlled by an interconnected web of secret society networks that run the big tech military intelligence industrial complex. So at the helm of power, every country works in unison to achieve the same objective. Citizens of India are required to have a biometric digital ID if they want to buy a home, get a job, or receive state benefits. Ethiopia's FADA digital ID contains the biographic and biometric data of citizens. Biometric Update reported that the ID is mandatory for public servants, the tax system, government procurements, facilitation of domestic flights with Ethiopian Airlines, school registration, and banking transactions. Vietnam deleted the bank accounts of 86 million people who had not submitted their biometric data. Biometric Update reported that the country's capital, Hanoi, became the first city in Vietnam to deploy a metro system that integrates biometric identity verification with digital ID credentials. AI-enabled cameras at fare gates perform biometric matching against digital ID data, allowing passengers to pass through without presenting physical documents. As always, digital tyranny is sold as convenience. Digital ID services and programs are not designed to make your life easier. They're designed to imprison you in a digital gulag to which there will be no escape. Laos recently launched its new digital ID system, as well as Pakistan. And the United Arab Emirates contributed $1 billion to boost Africa's digital public infrastructure. Senegal, Tunisia, South Africa, Somalia, and Nigeria are actively pursuing national biometric digital ID programs. And the UK announced that by 2029, a digital ID will be mandatory to work in the country. So do you think that all these nations just coincidentally came up with the same idea at the same time? Digital IDs will contain all our data and will be linked directly to biometrics, a programmable digital currency, a carbon footprint score that will track what you're eating and how much you're traveling, social media history to monitor if you're guilty of wrongthink, and medical status, which will form a social credit system based on compliance. Since the digital ID will be connected to a social credit score, obedience will determine access to basic services. So let's say you post something on social media that goes against government decree, or you're not up to date on all your shots. Since the digital ID will be linked to a programmable digital currency and a social credit score, the authorities will be able to lock your account, and therefore you'll be denied access to food, water, and energy. Imagine a scenario where to enter the grocery store, you must scan your face. And if your biometrics don't match your digital ID, or your social credit score is too low because you refuse to take your 15th mandatory shot, then you'll be denied entry. Folks, if the cabal gets what it wants, then a digital ID will be required to access all basics of life. Everything from purchasing food, traveling, accessing the internet, healthcare, social benefits, and financial services. The time to take a stand is now. We must refuse to accept digital IDs, digital currencies, invasive biometric technologies such as facial recognition, fingerprinting, and iris scanning. And we must use cash as much as possible. Tyranny requires our consent. No one rules if no one obeys. Refuse to cooperate with digital enslavement.